Generals, gentlemen.
This is it, folks. Game number 2 for the OCF All Stars 4v4 action with 8 of potentially the best and or coolest members in the Company of Heroes 2 community.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say top 8 coolest. I mean, we'd be
kind
of 1 and 2. So I mean, these guys could probably populate the top 10.
Well,
We'd see how they go.
I mean, we do have to be modest, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
You got to be self-deprecating in order to get people's affection.
Yep. We suck.
Yeah. Blake doesn't even have much muscles.
We do have...
Not even
a little bit.
And I'm not very good at this game either.
We do, however, enjoy video games, and we enjoy casting this one. This will be, as the machine said, our second game. So this time, as our Axis, we are going to have OMGPOP. He will be a Wehrmacht close air support. Very quick lock in here for him. Insta-lock is what I'm talking about. VonIvan as well, also as Wehrmacht, I think. Helping Hans, Wehrmacht, and Siberian as the OKW.
Yeah, so the same players, but they've actually just swapped the factions around. So as a result, the allies will be Luvnest as our Soviets, Cruzz as the US, Marcus and Jesulin will be our Soviets. So let's see what commanders they go for. There's actually 2 lots of the counterattack, so wouldn't be surprised to see lots of B4s. And we do have these tank traps being built. Tank traps are basically just heavy cover traps, let's be honest. Like, I don't even know if actually really intended for them to be heavy cover, but regardless,
that's what they turn up.
They're cover. I mean, you do kind of want to wire them to the opposite side, so your opponent can't take them back, ideally, if you have the time.
So we saw a pretty heavily allied-flavored game here in the previous match. So our allies just really take advantage early and then do a lot of work. We'll have to see if there's going to be any change now we've seen the team switch.
Yeah, I think it was mainly the sniper, the really fast triple sniper that just pushed back and just bled a little bit too much manpower for the Axis here. So let's see if it's a different kind of dynamic here or something of a similar fashion.
Nothing too much interesting happening yet. Sniper is going to be out here for... I'm not sure who that is. That is OMGPOP.
Yeah, that's OMGPOP.
Yeah, OMGPOP is our yellow. It gets confusing when you learned all the player names in the previous player colors in the previous game, and you have to switch them up now. Should be a losing engagement with these riflemen here under sniper fire and against those grenadiers. They are going to have to back away from this one.
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, when you made an account on Steam for Company of Heroes, you're like given a color and you would just like stay with that color no matter what game you're playing? It'd be really easy to cast.
Yeah, and then you get like different shades of like, I don't know, mauve or something like that.
Yeah,
or it starts getting really difficult to cast.
Or you would have like really exotic sounding paint names like Daisy Muse. It's like a very greyish color and that'd be stupid. What are we even saying?
Silvery beige and wouldn't be a great time for anyone.
Yeah. Or like you pay like $20 for a DLC paint color. Make it happen, Relic.
Make it happen.
Take my money. Give me pretty colors.
That's what I'm talking about. Looks like whoever really takes control of the middle and gets their MGs down takes a lot of map control early and gets command of those fuels. It's actually a pretty nice map setup. VPs split up, the fuels at either end of the map.
Well, yeah.
It does make it kind of difficult to camp out certain areas, and the munitions aren't really close to the fuel either, so you really do have to spread out if you want a lot of points. It's a very hotly contested map, and at least does make for aggressive playstyle.
There's a VP and a fuel like in each corner, but the VP is actually a cutoff.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the VP, your fuel won't be connected. And the middle is very important for map control rather than actual objectives. There's a VP, but if you have the middle, and if you have a mobile army, then you can rotate around the map, flank out your opponent, force them off the map. So generally, yeah, the best way to do, I think Company Heroes 2 maps is have the middle, like not important as far as territory goes, as much as it is just more about having the map control and just the tactical advantage. Will be a lot of penals here for Jesulin. He's got 2 penals, one with a flamer. No snipers yet, but he has a M3.
Flame penals are pretty strong.
Yeah, exactly.
So the flamer changes.
Yeah, those flamers are incredibly strong, especially in the early game before the Grens, start getting the LMGs. The penals really do quite reign supreme. And in team games, scout cars aren't as much as a counter because there's just an abundance of support. You know, in 1v1, if you go penals, you're quite open to scout car play, but in the 4v4, your opponents will have maxims and Zis guns and conscripts and nades.
There's going to be enough stuff.
Yeah, there's really a lot more synergy going on. So, will be a sniper here for Luvnest. He hasn't actually revealed it yet, but it will be about to take its maiden voyage shot, if that's kind of an expression that you can use. I guess not, but whatever. Faust will fire off. Still hasn't revealed the sniper yet, but I don't think he's really doing it intentionally. I think he's just hasn't really had much of a chance to use it.
Probably not. I think he was really either looking for the counter snipe there because the sniper on the side of OMGPOP has actually been doing a lot of work. Is it yeah, I think it's OMGPOP, the our yellow. That Vermark sniper's been doing a lot of work. So looking for the counter snipe would be pretty important.
Yeah, they're in the middle though.
There are actually a couple of them. Yeah, they're in the middle at the moment. See if they ends up coming out. A few maxims as well. So.
Whoa, fast M20,
Wow,
but there's
very
222
fast,
already here. And there's no armored skirts.
No armored skirts. It's almost about to pop.
Yeah,
there we go.
It actually bounced the entire volley on the wreckage, but even then, the 222 will be able to destroy this one. Nice MG suppresses all three of these squads, pinning them in fact. So no nades, but even then they weren't vet one. That's the 222 completely wrecking this. Will be the evacuated vehicle crew with the bazooka, but we'll get the destroy. And then the Gren's going to be forcing away the crew. They have the bazooka at least, which will help against the 222, but with that M20 down, that's less potential here for the Allies to kind of pick off and force retreat. So that was...
because he had to go lieutenant for that as well.
That was Cruzz. It's with the infantry company. Maybe going to want to go for a priest.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have access to the 50 cals or the AT guns, which is going to be unfortunate.
50 cals tier 2. You mean the pack-outs?
Oh yeah, I mean the pack-outs. Yeah, pack-outs is what I was thinking of. I had the image of the pack-outs in my brain, so yeah, I mean...
Oh no, I can confirm that. I can actually read Blake's mind, and it was definitely pack-outs.
We get each other, yeah. Works out well, as it is working out well for our Axis. They had a pretty good time, and they do actually have control over the center now, starting to spam out a few of those mortars, and I think it's giving them more free reign to use their snipers as well. In the previous game, so our Axis definitely struggled to use the snipers when they didn't have very much control over the territory, because you can't be running into a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already inside heavy cover, it'd be hard to get the shots off, there's a lot of fire and such going around, so this should be a little bit better.
I think the close air support is going to be a great choice here for Pop. Having the strafing runs is going to be very, very valuable. There's a lot of squads in a small amount of space here, which obviously then you can pin the entire blob. That's the flame half track there, incredibly powerful. Regular half track will be forcing the retreat here. So just not much map control. No AT grenades here for Marcus, so that's not really much of an issue. The half tracks is a bazooka, but really a single bazooka against a twin-linked flame half track. Take your bets.
Pretty big odds on one in particular. This gun will be setting up here as well, though. And that should be enough to at least force up the flame half track.
He's been barraging for quite some time, actually. I think it's the second barrage in a row.
And I'm having a great time. Bit of a munitions investment coming out there, but hey, you might get some models. There's a couple of these 222s as well hanging around.
Is there though?
Doing a bit of work. Oh, maybe just the one.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was OMGPOP. We had one earlier, but it must be.
Yeah, that was Pop.
Yeah, okay.
He's found a sniper. He's also found a rifleman, and they don't have vet, but they're gonna get it quite soon. You gotta kind of keep an eye on the vet, because right now he's gonna get it very, very soon. It's like borderline vet one. Actually, you can't see it because our annoying faces are in the way.
Be half as bad as actually popping a Shrek in combat. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You just gotta. If you see riflemen at vet 0 start running towards you, best bet is to start backing away as fast as you can. So.
Yeah. At least you know when they have AT grenades. Against conscripts, you kind of have no idea. And against Grins, they always have Fausts.
Just gotta roll the dice.
Don't have to pay for fuel unlocks.
Definitely not, machine. That'd be a silly idea. I'll tell you what's not a silly idea. OMGPOP and VonIvan both locking in the close air support.
Yeah.
So I guess if they combo that, we'll see what other commander choices we have on the other side.
That's probably an incredibly sensible idea, actually. Yeah. There are guards in this car, but I don't think it's going to matter. He's found the M3, but the rifleman and the guard zoning him away. Can't quite commit to the chase. What are we gesturing towards, Mr. Blake?
Swapping over our players, Mr. McCall. I want to see what we've got here for Siberian Helping Hans. No lock-ins yet. See what they go for. Some late game heavy tanks might be nice to combo with that close air support. So that should be enough strafes and artillery all by itself. So
yeah, probably.
Kind of get everything you want inside that commander.
M1 actually sniped down the 222. Half-track getting juked on the corpse.
M1's going to get at least another shot off here. If it gets a second, it might actually go down. What's the M1 doing? It was actually moving.
Yeah, it missed a shot as well. That was a lieutenant, so I didn't have the nade. At the top here, there is a T-70. That is a Soviet mine. No need to worry, my T-70 friend. This Gren squad, though...
He should worry.
Yeah, he should be very concerned about his general well-being. Probably should see his healthcare professional. Sir, I have a severe case of T-70 on my retreat path. There's also a demo charge on that VP.
I'm afraid there's no cure.
Well, the shed, actually. I recommend one prescription of shed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and an MG bunker. And a fuel point.
I take your prescription of
yeah, it works.
Of bunker. It does work, actually.
There you go. See, next time you have a T-70 on your retreat path, just have a shed.
Have a shed there.
Just have one. Well, and a bunch of trees, I guess. whatever is your vice. Whatever's your poison.
Whose demo was that?
It
was
someone's
demo.
Allies. Because only they can build demos.
Quite so.
Oh, maybe double. Oh, gets two squads. But more importantly, he drops two LMGs. This combat engineer squad is like, you know, it's my time. This is my moment.
Combat engineer squad.
However,
you don't need to repair that T-70.
However, there is actually a bunker there, so he can't capture it.
It is
really
the arc.
Needs to zone those MGs with the T-70, but there is actually a pack here, so the T-70 probably wouldn't last very long if he decides to do some zoning duty. Looks like the Grens will be able to recapture the LMGs and get themselves a double MG engineer squad with a flamer. I don't know if they can actually...
I know they can blow up on mines. Yeah, it must have been a teller.
Or maybe a shoe mine, or one of those. And so that's unfortunate, because now he lost the LMGs, and now these Grenadier squads, I will take one of those, please, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I will also Panzerfaust you while I'm here. I will take another LMG.
Double Faust.
Double Faust, here we go, folks.
Indeed.
That is the Faust. Maybe the AP ammo. Yeah, AP ammo is being loaded here by VonIvan. Maybe a little bit too late, though. Nope, there it is. Gets decrewed, I think.
T-70 has to back off. It might take another burst here. Oh, does go down.
He rifle naded the T-70 to get the kill. I think so. Let's look at the vehicles killed.
What's the bounce damage on?
No, well, it didn't do a vehicles killed, so it was the MG. Actually, I'm not sure. We should ask Cruzz, because he knows. Cruzz is the guy that knows everything about this game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, probably.
He is indeed the man. And the strafes get started right here. OMGPOP and VonIvan going to be throwing those down. And
well, I don't think it bounces since it's an AoE. You can't actually, like, you don't...
Yeah, that would have been one of my little jokes there, Machine.
I don't know.
I don't think it would have bounced. It should have, yeah, it's an explosion, so... I don't know. I don't think it would have bounced. I don't think it would have bounced.
Howitzers can bounce. Like, if you direct hit...
Yeah, but a howitzer is like a shell.
It's a projectile.
It's a projectile. Like
so is a grenade. I don't even know, dude. Let's not pretend that we try and know things that we don't. Otherwise,
as we've already said at the start of this cast, we're bad at video games. So.
Otherwise, we're basically just the electorate of the Australian people. if we try and claim that we know things and we actually don't. You know, we don't want to be those guys.
We definitely don't, Machine.
Well, too bad, because it's compulsory here.
Hey! That's what I'm talking about.
Even though I would vote anyway.
So...
Because we don't want dickheads like Tony Abbott.
Hey... But dude, if Tony's a fan of our cast, he's going to be really hurt by that, Machine. He's had a pretty tough week.
I'm sure he's going to cancel his Patreon backing. Like, you know what, I was going to back you like $1 million and buy all your shirts, but you've BM'd me now.
Can't do it.
And now I'm going to have to cry. So now, since Tony Abbott is backing out of his Patreon, we need you guys to take up the missing gap here. However, the missing gap will be the health... Nope. Okay. Oh, well, yes!
Hey!
My segue almost worked. I kind of cancelled it because I thought it was going to survive. I didn't even know what that was. Was that the Zis?
I'm pretty sure it was the Zis, like, over-firing over the hill.
Yeah, crazy.
Definitely. Got the abandoned, though, so we'll be able to recapture it.
Look how many fuel caches there are here.
Jesulin throwing down some Arty?
And they're all VonIvan. Like... Pretty much this game, it's been like, hey, VonIvan, can you just build like 5 squads of LMG Grens and 5 field caches? And he's like, you know what? That is what I will do. That is exactly what I'll do.
All these squads are getting a pin, man.
Yeah,
hey, the pin train.
Only for the cost of like 60 munitions.
Yeah. You can pin all of your opponent's squads.
All of them.
I would like that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Great. There's actually a Shrek here on this penal squad.
There are.
Don't know how that happened.
Indeed. Not sure either. So looking towards the VPs here, 399 for our allies, 435 for the Axis. So actually looking quite good here, and they're only just going to scale better and better with more and more strafes from OMGPOP and VonIvan. Having these strafes are pretty important. The Sneakers coming in and pinning so many squads, we're really going to have to see our allies start splitting up, which is hard when you're trying to retake the middle.
Yeah, exactly. It's really hard to split up as allies when LMG Grens are better, especially when you're dealing with snipers. Like, you're going to have to blob in order to deal with the superior squads. But then if you blob, you get pinned, so you're really out of options. You kind of need to have that vehicle presence. But they haven't had the enough fuel to have enough of a vehicle impact. And with all these fuel caches, there's going to be more and more munitions to call in those planes with the conversion.
Fuel cache is definitely a good idea in team games. Hell of a lot of income coming out for those, and for a pretty small manpower investment as well. So.
Yeah, we have the special operations coming out of Siberian.
Okay, cool.
I kind of wonder why. Looking for his...
This one's a Command Panther. So.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have his tier 4. It's actually pretty cool if you do that. If you go like tier 2, tier 1, but then you still want to have a Panther, you go the Command Tank, which is pretty nice. Yeah, he has his... I think it's only tier 1 actually. Yeah, he only has his tier 1.
Are the SDDs changed at all?
They're still 90.
Yeah.
Oh, no, maybe they're 60 in this patch. Yeah, actually, I think they're 60 in this patch. They are, yeah, they're 60.
So, yeah, we'll have to see if
So they're more viable.
come out.
Like, they've always been good, but they've just been too expensive to really, make worth it. They're kind of fragile because you have to get them close, so your overs do drop pretty fast. But also, combined with the 10% reinforcement cost, which is 5 manpower per model.
Is that a Katusha right here firing as well?
It's probably a Katusha that you hear
I
firing.
think it would be indeed. Marcus has one of those. He'll be shelling away at the middle here. Getting a couple of kills. Not bad for its first little foray into the battle.
Like, I actually really wish that Obers had the STGs by default, because it's just a much more interesting and just more satisfying and more skillful unit with the STGs.
And just giving them boring old...
Yeah, like LMGs I don't think should be as strong as they are, because like there's no tactics or skill with LMG. It's literally just attack move. Like, attack move is actually how you use LMGs.
That's the ideal way of microing.
It is.
The ideal way of microing that sniper is just not moving it because it might die.
Oh!
So you gotta delay them a little bit because you have to wait for the guys to come in and try and pack up the mortar, and then the second rifle nade comes in, so the cheese has failed indeed for...
This sniper actually just balled through the retreat path of 5 Gren squads.
Enjoying you dropped the model.
Man,
so.
I'm pretty sure this guy has Usain Bolt, because he is like, man... There is no way that anyone else could get out of that many LMG Grens.
He's even dropped his sniper rifle. As the Grenadiers drop his mortar buddy there, does end up falling, so that will be capped up by our Axis. They're definitely looking pretty good.
I wonder what this sniper will get in the beep test.
He'd get pretty good, I'd say, so he'd have a pretty great time. You're a mean guy, Machine.
Lol.
You're a mean guy.
Lol.
Machine making the
pretty hypocritical. Like, really hypocritical, to be honest.
Would be, yeah. The Machine isn't a big runner.
I mean, I wouldn't say that going outside and exerting myself is something that I frequent. Beach volleyball isn't exactly a pastime of mine.
Ooh, that's a big teller mine as well. VonIvan might get something. SU-76 could actually run into the teller here. It's so close to the teller.
It'll wipe the major. Oh no, he got over it.
He's so close to the... Oh, he's gonna hit the teller.
Lol.
Hey, goodbye SU-76.
I think he actually got a crew from the M1 as well. Pretty sure he did.
Very successful nonetheless, and there goes a little bit of the AT for our allies. The SU-76 was actually pretty important. Cruzz, Cruzz actually has a bit of fuel now. He might actually be going for his Priest soon. Priest would definitely be nice.
Oh yeah, Priest would be pretty good. I mean, there isn't exactly... I guess there's definitely VonIvan's LMG Gren blob. That's kind of it. There isn't that many blobs other than that, I don't think.
Yeah, not really. Spread out.
Not like the allies that just have a lot of blobs running around. But still, priests are nice. And especially because you can drive them pretty close and they scatter a lot less than what you would normally see. A lot of mines on this road here.
Might actually be seeing an ISU as well here from Luvnest. That'd be interesting. I haven't seen an ISU in competitive gameplay for a while.
Yeah, it'd be a good map for it.
Definitely would be.
Maybe not at the bottom.
Ammo toggling makes a little bit less difference in team games, simply because like there's going to be either a tank or an infantry squad there. You just pick something and stick with it.
There's no shortage of eligible candidates to get hit by a giant shell that will kill you.
Definitely not.
In a 4v4. Yeah, a lot of LMG Grens.
This is not a nice retreat path. This is the world's worst retreat path. 3 squads of LMG Grens. Oh, no wipes though.
Well, I mean, the world's worst retreat path would have been that with a
Actually
shoe
running
mine.
over a nut.
Yeah, with a shoe mine. So it was like the second world's worst retreat
You
path.
escape the bullets and you run over a landmine.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be that great.
Yeah. Oh, that's a LEF?
Assuming it's an LF.
I don't actually know.
Potentially.
I don't know how to map.
Do you know how to map machine? No? No map?
No, maybe it's an ISG. Okay, no one actually has howitzers. This P4 may go down though. Actually, this will fire another shot.
Can the arty come down
gets
in
it.
time? It does not, but it does, however.
Anti-tank strafe working as intended.
Hey, that's what you want.
Yeah, so maybe it was an ISG, I guess.
Yeah, probably would have been. So.
It's kind of hard to tell because the LEF shell is like really small. It's like the same kind of caliber, I think, as a ISG. Well, that's a Command Panther.
It is a Command Panther. It's finally come out on the field here for Siberian. That's going to be pretty important.
Yep, with the pin tool, it will wipe the Zis gun. Tank destroyers working as intended.
Hey.
That's a Shrek.
It is a Shrek indeed,
like,
with the rear armor, but...
Why are these penals ooh-ahhing?
It's Pindle versus Shrek here. Pindle's going to win. Oh, the pushes are real.
Well, I would say the fender of this Panther's going to win. That's the real MVP.
Yeah.
Nades on the conscripts do not exist. They are in a parallel universe somewhere where Jesulin has AT grenades.
Yeah.
If you believe in the multiverse theory.
A world where Jesulin actually decided to invest that money wisely.
Could you imagine?
I
The
couldn't
replications of this
It'd
decision.
be pretty crazy. It really has changed the entire game.
Yeah. They're also in a different parallel universe. There'd be a shoe mine on that retreat path. Man, it's terrifying thinking about it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's much more terrifying than the map allocation here of our Axis. There's actually a team name for them. I can't remember what it was though. I think it was like Team Penguins versus something stupid as well.
It's kind of what you do though, isn't it? When you
Yeah.
go to a community thing. And on Rush, the KV8s, but unlike our previous game, there are ways to deal with this KV8 now. Command Panther says no, man.
There's a lot of AT
We've
here.
got the fuel advantage. You can't just be walking around with that KV8 wiping squads. There is a lot in terms of AT here.
Especially in the south, because there's a Young Panzer IV as well as the Command Panther. So that Command Panther buff does help out. I think it's movement speed? Movement speed and sight.
Improved.
Which is like exactly what you want on a Young Panzer IV.
Yeah.
Sight and movement speed, that's the dream.
Can ask for anything else. Other than perhaps some wipes for this Katusha, will it get anything? I don't think it actually... It's on the retreat path now.
The King Tiger as well is
Interesting choice.
pretty cool to have the extra movement speed. And now even with the extra range advantage, the 45, it's going to be even more important to have the sight. But realistically, having both a Command Panther and a King Tiger is kind of hard, unless it's like a teammate that has one. KV8 can't chase, the Grenadier squads have the Faust. There's the Command Panther.
Moving in again.
There's
KV8 will get forced off.
no Shreks on that penal squad. Ziskan doing some pretty good damage here. That's again the Lieutenant, so no AT grenades. Captain though with a bazooka, Rifleman moving in as well.
They definitely do have AT grenades
Yeah,
on them,
should
and that's
back-
a very low Command Panther.
Yeah, pretty low. The bazooka missed. Off to the side at the north. Looks like a bit of a big push here from Luvnest. Guard nade comes through, but so does a rifle grenade. Rifle grenade didn't really do that much. Guard nade was dodged.
Not sure who's actually going to win this one. The LMG really should.
Yeah, probably. It was also vet free anyway. 2 PTRS, not going to be very effective. Not like 6 months ago. Good lordy.
No.
Man, I do not miss the broken PTRS.
I do not either. Machine, I do not either.
Yep, that's an ISU.
I'll trade some new broken stuff for the old broken stuff any day.
Yeah. Though I would certainly rather broken PTRS than Vickers bug.
Yeah.
Lol.
It has been fixed. Thank you, Hotfix.
Yes.
Be here very shortly.
Very soon. It's
As
like
we speak.
the patch notes was like 22nd, and here in Australia it's 23rd. We get gimped so bad when it comes to patch notes. It's like, oh my god, the patch coming out today, it's the 22nd, and it's like, oh wait, that's in like 2 days time.
It's in like Siberia somewhere.
Yeah,
so.
because like our time zone, but our KV8 zone is bad as well.
You didn't work on your segues.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Man, I'm not as good as you when it comes to transitioning into really smooth and seamless, you know, seamless.
I'll stick to the
transition.
transitions if you stick to being excellent in terms of meta.
Okay. Alright, well, I think Loveness's maxim will stick to this telemine.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Quite closely. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, nice. Okay, and More strafes, and more strafes.
If he
is
rifle
what we can
nades
say.
this, he's going to blow up. He's going for it now, but he will miss his chance. He's going to detonate the telemine and won't actually get anything out of it.
Hey,
Whoops.
whoopsie daisies.
Should have cancelled that one, VonIvan. He had enough time to cancel that one as he saw the retreat impending. That is a priest,
the priest.
and an ISU. There's actually a fair bit of armor here on the field.
The allies might actually be able to pull this one back here. The priest is definitely a good choice, and having an ISU available, pretty good as well. Nice to see at least one KV1 here as well. Marcus has got that one.
Oh.
I think it's pretty important in this 4v4.
Grenadier convoy has arrived. There's going to be the AT strafe as well, I would say.
So many strafes.
Yeah, Grenadier's getting pretty low.
Damage engine.
Oh, that was a light arty barrage, I think. I don't even know what that was, to be honest. Maybe it was a...
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was.
Oh, yeah,
KV1
yeah,
actually
whatever.
still taking a couple of shots here. Will be able to back off.
Must have been a distant anti-infantry strafe.
Repaired. Yeah, I think it might have
No
been.
mechanized, whatever it's called. Mechanized assault. So, other than that, the KV1's pretty low here for Marcus. Look at this ISU, no kills so far.
Should start making an impact soon. Pretty important.
This Austin's pretty clever because there isn't really much, like, tank destroyers. There's an ISU and a priest, but actually with the AP ammo, the ISU will zone it away, but then it means he can't use it to take out the infantry without toggling. Austin getting pretty low. Like, it was a good choice,
It's about
but
like a 10-second toggle as
he,
well.
he did drive it into like M1s and stuff, so it wasn't exactly the best placement, but he didn't know that there was that much AT where he placed it. Yeah,
He's firing again.
toggling on like a CS:GO player.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, machine.
That's what Fnatic's talking about, I think.
I wouldn't have said fanatic, but
Well, didn't they used to?
did they?
Didn't everyone?
I'm
Wasn't
pretty
there a
sure
stage where
it's-
just the
it's
entire
pretty much-
scene was
if,
just?
If you look at it, it's really like the Tour de France, man. Like everyone's using drugs or something. So it's the only way to compete.
Right.
This ISU was having no trouble competing against the Grenadiers, though. I'm not sure what ammo we've actually got loaded up here.
It is the HE.
HE? Yeah, HEs are on, so... Probably the better
Toggling up
choice.
now. Stug is on here as well. Great against the ISU.
What I would like to see is lots of AT guns, and then the ISU just on HE ammo, and just plowing away at things. So.
Well, yeah, they could do that. I mean, they do have a few M1s, another priest, so there could be critical mass of this artillery, but it's going to have to be pretty soon. There's only 50 VPs left. Triple VPs being capped here by the Axis, and they're looking pretty strong to hold these ones.
Yeah, look, the Allies have a lot of big tanks, but they're pretty spread out. What I mean is they only have a few of the heavy tanks, and they are quite spread out. So.
Duke a dive bomb.
Where's it coming in?
Oh,
onto
he
the
actually,
ISU.
yeah, hit the ISU. GG is called here, so that will be a 2-0 sweep for whatever team the Allies currently are.
OMGPOP, VonIvan,
Yeah, Luvnest.
Siberian, and someone else.
Oh, sorry, other way around. My bad. Yeah, OMGPOP, VonIvan, Siberian, and Helping Hans. Even a Panzerfer comes in. Yeah, I think that was certainly a well-played game this time by the Axis. I think part of it, with like those close air supports really helped.
Yeah, they made an impact.
If someone went close to support last time as the Axis, it would have made a pretty big difference. Also, there wasn't really enough snipers, I don't think, coming out of the Allies this game.
Yeah, definitely not. They were trying to just drill at long range against Gren LMGs. Not a lot of Maxims.
Yeah, and there was double
Either.
sniper, I think, from Pop this game, and those were really important. So,
Got a lot of impact early.
on maps that are like really open but really small, the snipers do really well. Like that's just kind of where your snipers thrive. So
That will be the GG.
yeah, that'll be the GG.
Fun game.
Indeedy so. A lot of carnage here. A lot of things that we missed. A lot of Shreks being recaptured by the Allies.
But that's just how 4v4s
Yeah,
work.
like there was a
so.
con squad and a penal squad that both had Shreks. Yeah, penal and...
I wanted to
There's
see the
another
combat
one.
engineer squad with double LMG. I mean, that's just me personally, though.
Wait, no, it was actually a penal with a merged conscript that had the
Ah,
Shrek.
there you go.
So, playing tricksy mind games with me.
I wonder if you obviously don't get to swap clothes when you move into a penal squad. They're just like, you wear your conscript clothes, man.
Well, you never
you're
change models.
You're not a real penal, so.
Yeah. Poor conscript. His dream is to be a penal. He just wants
Yeah.
to go to the gulags and just be a real penal one day, you know?
It really does. Maybe one day, my friend, maybe one day. And from us here at Jesulin HQ, thank you very much for watching. Have a good day, night, weekend,
Brunch,
brunch.
afternoon
Nice.
tea,
Quite.
midnight snack. it depends how far you want to take this one.
Yeah. We don't want to stretch it too far.
Yeah. But what we do want to stretch too far is our Patreon backers.
Hey, that was a nice segue.
Yeah, see, I'm working.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you do like our content, please consider checking out our Patreon. We're trying to, turn this into more of a full-time thing, cut down my hours at work,
Which means
focus
more
more,
cast for you.
get more, videos on the channel, churn them out. So that is patreon.com/generalgentleman, or buy yourself a sexy shirt.
Or a muscle shirt.
Yeah.
Really up to you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
just came in the mail today. I have to say. I'm
Well,
pretty
actually, it was
impressed with
yesterday,
it,
to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yesterday. I didn't text you because I forgot.
That's mean.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have it nonetheless.
Looks good.
Thanks for
Farewell.
tuning in, guys.
Good night.
Bye.